Hi everybody and welcome back to some more Ride 2 here on this channel. I'm KPG-GOONER here, and just before we get into some racing, I just want to say a few things about the channel and the last 12 months. Now we're coming up to Christmas and the end of the year, and I'd like to just have a quick reflection on the last 12 months. Now in the last 12 months we managed to hit 3,000 subscribers in the summer, and now we're getting close to 4,000 subscribers, which we can maybe hit by Christmas, which would be unbelievable. I cannot appreciate all the support that you guys keep on giving this channel, all the comments, all the likes and that you've done on the videos. I just want you now guys to let me know what you're looking forward to and what you'd like to see more on the channel. Now we're going to be carrying on with this Ride 2 series for quite long. There's loads of DLC coming in the new year. We're going to be doing more Assetto Corsa. There's loads of DLC still to come on that. We're going to be doing some more Project Cars setups, which loads of you keep asking for. We're going to be doing the new MXGP game in the new year, plus the new MotoGP game. We're going to be doing some more from Valentino Rossi the game, plus we got GT Sport in the new year. There's loads coming to this channel. I just want you to let me know in the comments below what you're looking forward to and what you want to see more of. All your help and feedback and that just helps me make better videos and upload more of what you want to see. Now we're going to jump into today's episode, guys, and today's bike is something different. We keep on doing loads of different bikes, and this is a very different bike, so you're going to enjoy this one, I hope. So let's get straight into it. So here we go. And in today's episode, we're going to be racing this American bike. It's an electric bike. It's the Lightning LS218. Now, the specs in this bike are pretty decent. It was made in 2014. The performance points on it, I think, is 960 fully maxed out. We're not sure how this is going to be against some of the other bikes in its category, but it's really interesting. So let's get straight into it. Right guys, the one thing this bike doesn't have is good handling and braking power. It has awesome acceleration. The top end is pretty damn decent, as you can expect from an electric bike, but what's it going to be like against some other bikes in its category? It's going to be really interesting, so let's get straight into the race. The one thing you always find with electric bikes that they don't always handle very well, and the braking power isn't as great because you don't have the engine braking, but they always have brilliant acceleration, as you saw as it pulled away. A big cloud of smoke as I pulled off there, but look at the acceleration on this thing. It absolutely fires out the traps. But what's it going to be like against some of these other bikes in this field? There's some really decent ones, and I've had a bit of contact at the back there, but luckily I managed to stay on. But the CBR Fireblade, which is one of the best handling bikes in this category, has bombed away. Now that's the bike we're going to have to compete against, but it's slightly understeering. Now we haven't altered anything on this bike, we just got on it and we're just seeing what it's like. Now the performance points 960, which is pretty damn decent. Couldn't turn it in there. It's definitely showing it's not an easy bike to slow down, and it doesn't handle that great. We're really having to keep pressing that front brake to turn the front round, and the back end is just slightly kicking a lot, so it's trying to pull round, and I'm really struggling out onto the curb there. But what's it like in a straight line? Now it had a decent rating for its top end speed, so hopefully on the straight we'll be able to catch up, and it has slightly pulled away from the bike in third place, but the CBR is absolutely annihilating me here. I'm really struggling to keep up with it. But that makes it a good, interesting race. And God dear, touched a little bit of curb through there. It definitely doesn't like change of direction, so we're definitely going to have to choose a more windy race for the second race in this episode, just to really put this bike through its paces. Right, I'm really having to slam the brakes on, try to slow it down into that corner, and now I'm trying to get a good drive. Now we know that we're going to have decent speed coming out the slow corners with the awesome acceleration on this bike. But are we going to be able to beat the CBR on the straight? Let's get in this slipstream. And what can it do in a straight line? Up to 192. Oh my God, that's pretty damn quick. Slow it down, slow it down. It's really slamming on the brakes. Really having to slow down completely. The braking power on this bike is so noticeable. It really doesn't slow down very well, and that's what I don't like about these electric bikes. But we've got to adjust to it if we want to win this race. This CBR is so much better in the corners, and the only way I'm keeping up is on the straights. So let's see if we get this slipstream. We're going to have to slow it down into this section. Hold it, slow it down, get nice tight in. But no, I couldn't turn that front end in. Oh, that has slowed us down through there, and that is costing us. We're going to have to improve and at the end of this second lap, going into the last lap. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to win this race, and we're going to have to settle for second place. But it still would be a good experience. That's what it's all about. Just experience the different bikes on this game. We're going to test it out in another difficult race after this one, and just see what we can do. I'm going to actually hold back on adjusting anything. I just want to see what it's like on default settings. That's the way I like to do it at first. If we were doing a time trial, then you might want to adjust a few things, but just for our first experience, you just want to see what it's like as it's set up. God, couldn't turn it over quick enough there. Had to slam that back brake on, but we managed to get through there pretty damn smooth, and we are closing in on the CBR. We're getting right in his slipstream. This bike definitely accelerates quite good into the higher gears, and that's where we're looking to push this CBR on the straights. That's the only area I think we can sort of just gain a little bit of time on him. Right, let's see if we can get his slipstream on this last straight going into that chicane. We need to get a bit closer. So that lap time was a 1:44.8, so we're running pretty damn quick as well, so we're going to have to react. We're going to have to go a little bit quicker than that if we want to win this race. Slow it down, oh my god, just overrun it, but just managed to slow it down enough to get a turn in, and the CBR's managed to pull away. Oh, this is so difficult. I'm trying to push this bike, but when you get on a bike and you've never had a go on it before, and then you've got to compete in a race on the hardest level, it's not always easy. I do try and push them as much as I can, but I also got to understand that they do have their limits, and this one definitely had its limits. Now I managed to slow it down a little bit quicker, then kept it on the tarmac off the curb, and we've managed to go through a little bit smoother. But I think we're running slightly slower, but we've gone through that corner a little bit tight. The back end, it just wants to pull round. It doesn't turn very well, and it's bobbing up a little bit, and we've managed to go through there nice and quick, and we are closing in. So we're definitely running a little bit quicker. We should be faster at the next split point. I think we are. Let's see if we can get any slipstream and try and draw him into these remaining sections, and we have gained a 0.2 of a second, so we are running slightly quick on this lap. Can we get closer to him? Oh god, that wasn't as smooth through there. Slow it down, don't overdo it. Flip over. Oh, we got an awesome drive. Can we get any slipstream? Oh, we're going to the last corner. Can we get past him? And look at the speed on this bike and the power. Definitely does have a superior power in the higher gears, and that is where this electric bike is going to show its supreme and hopefully take us to a victory. Just hold it there. The CBR's coming around the corner pretty quick, but I think we're going to take it, and probably with the fastest lap of the race. I think we are. There you go, a 1:44.1. Not a bad time, not the quickest I've ever done a race round here, but it was pretty good pace on a bike I've never driven before. It was awesome. Right, we're going to try a different type of circuit. Now, a few people have asked for this next circuit we're going to do and said that you haven't done any races on this walkthrough on it yet. Well, it was on Ride 1 a lot, so that's why I left it out, because we've done so many races on the previous walkthrough, but I don't mind. We're going to jump straight onto that track now, guys, and it's going to be a tough one because it's all about the cornering. So let's get straight into it. Right guys, this race is actually a pairs race, so there's no guarantee I'm going to win this one, as my partner is only a level 1, and that's something we've got to improve on in this walkthrough. Otherwise we're not going to win any of the pairs race. But the only reason why I've left this circuit out so far in this walkthrough is just because I've raced on it so many times on Ride 1, and I just want to try out some of the other tracks. We're definitely going to do some races on it, and this will test the bike out, because this circuit is all about cornering, and that's why I'm putting anti-wheelie on medium, because a lot of change of direction on this bike may cause it to wheelie a lot, but we will see. Let's get straight into the race. So here we go. Right, so here we go with this pairs race. Now, I'm not expecting my partner to do very well, so we just got to concentrate on our own race and try and get a win. So let's see if we can get a good start. God dear, loads of wheel spin there again, loads of smoke, and looks like there's another CBR at the front here, but let's see if we can get to that first corner. Now, this circuit is very, very tough. You've got to get nice and tight onto the apex on every single corner. If we can do that, we've got half a chance, and we're trying to get nice and tight. This is not a bad start. Now, I still haven't adjusted anything on the bike. I've just got to be good on the front brake, and just try not to use too much back brake, and just try and be nice and tight around the corners, and that's not bad. So this has been a good start. We need to try and stay in the lead as much as we can, because I think if we get behind on this circuit, it's not the easiest circuit to catch up on. So let's see if we can just hold it here. This is not a bad first lap. Oh God, almost onto the curb there. managed to hold it up, and this hasn't been a bad... Oh God, I can't believe I've actually managed to pull away slightly. So we actually started really, really well, which is awesome. But it's the last couple of corners that always throw me out. Now, it's going to be really, really tough to keep the front wheel down on this bike. Now, I've done loads of races around here where I've gone around that last left-hand turn, and I've gone to accelerate to the finish line, and I've come off the back of the bike. I'm hoping that doesn't happen on this one. That's why I put anti-wheelie on medium, just to avoid that happening. But these corners can be very tough. You've got to nail this. You've got to slow it down at the right time. This bike doesn't handle very well into the slow corners. Slow it down. Oh God, almost went off circuit there. Right, you've got to be really careful as you turn it in. That was just backing off the speed. That's much better. And we've managed to keep the front wheel down. If we can now do the laps like that each time, we should be okay. And we're still holding on to that lead. We've got CBR right behind us, which we're just keeping at bay. I thought the CBR would be a little bit closer to me in this race, but we're managing to nail the corners, and we are closing down any opportunity of any bike coming up the inside, which is the way you've got to do it on this circuit. And we're trying to get nice and tight right onto the apex there, and we are running pretty well. Now, we know this bike is much quicker than any bike in this field out the slow corners. Acceleration on this electric bike is crazy. Now, I looked at the gear ratio before I started the race, and it was on 5. So it goes up to 6. I mean, you could have probably lowered it down to 4 for this race, but I thought just for the fact I don't want it wheeling up all the time out the slow corners, I kept it on what it was set on default settings, which was 5. So let's see if we can get a nice turn. Oh God, just caught the just over the corner there. You can just get away with that, but this bike doesn't like the change of direction. That's definitely something that I would have to mess around with some of the settings just to get it to turn in a little bit better. But other than that, we are doing really well, and we're coming towards the end of the second lap, and we're actually pulled away. It's actually been quite a decent race. I haven't done any races around this circuit for ages, but it's one of those circuits, once you've raced it around a lot previously, you do not forget how it is. And we've managed to get around there and managed to keep that front wheel down, which is awesome. Just one more lap and we should be able to take the win of the race, but maybe not the whole thing, because you've got to rely on your partner. I've got no idea where my partner is in this race. Probably right at the back. Oh God, the CBR's caught up. But that's the only problem with these pairs race. Until I start improving the level of my partner, I'm not going to get any golds in the pairs race, and I don't think I've got a gold in a pairs race yet. So that's definitely something we're going to have to work on, and to get loads of those tokens so we can improve the level. I think you need about 20 tokens to get your partner to the highest level, because you can change your team. But we will do that eventually, guys, so don't worry, because there is some pairs races that you can do in another mode, so we're definitely going to have to do that. Right, let's get a nice turn in there, and we are still holding the lead. We're doing really well, and we're actually running slightly quick on this third lap. Slow it down. Oh God, got a little bit of gravel there as I turned it in and over the curb, and oh God, that wasn't as smooth as I would like, but we managed just to nail it. We've got to nail those last couple of corners, but we've got a CBR still quite close. Keep that front wheel down. God, this bike, definitely with a lower gear ratio, is definitely a little bit punchy, and it's really hard to keep that front wheel down. I'm just having to back off slowly, and we have dropped a little bit of time through the wheel going up. Let's slow this down, don't lose it, and just see that front wheel go up as you change direction. Hold it in, and there you go. And I think it's safe to do a victory wheelie. Yes, it is. Oh God, I pulled it back a little bit too much, but I was across the line anyway. God, yeah, how many times have I done that? But this bike is so damn quick off the mark. It's unbloody believable. I'd love to have a go on one of these, and I know that they race these sort of bikes around the TT circuit now on the Isle of Man. I mean, you know, they're getting quicker and quicker every year. The average speed. The electric bikes are definitely the thing of the future. I definitely would like to have a go on one. And you can't knock it until you try it, as they say. But that was a good performance. We didn't win it, as I said. My partner only got 4 points, which was bloody crap. You need to get better. But now we're going to try something else, guys. So let's get straight into that now. So here we go. Right, guys, now we're going to test it out on the Salt Flats Speedway circuit. Now, I think this is going to be a very hard bike to beat in a straight line, just because of the acceleration. Now, all you've got to do on this bike is open the throttle. It's got no gear, so you don't even have to master your gear changes. So I think this is going to blitz anything, but we will find out. Now, I haven't done any of these Speedway tests in this category. This is one of the highest categories. So let's see what it's like. So let's see what we're up against. And off it goes. Like I say, it's got no gear changes, so you can just open the throttle. And I think we're leaving our opponent behind. No problems at all. I didn't actually check what bike it was, but I don't think we need to. There you go, guys. So the first round looks like it's going to be an easy win, without a doubt. But they do get harder as you get to the tournament final, if we make it that far. So we might come against a bike that might give us more of a challenge. But that one didn't even stand a chance. It was just too quick off the mark. Right, let's get into the second one. And we will have a look at what we're up against. Hopefully we can have a bit more competition. Right, so we're up against an RC8. The RC8's tall. Is he going to give me a challenge? Oh, no. See you later. Just for a second there, I thought the RC8 was going to just compete. And then as soon as I got into a little bit of well, up to about 80 miles an hour, this bike decided to pull away. It was game over. And there you go. Another victory. So I wonder what we're going to go up against in the final. I wonder. It's going to have to be a very, very fast bike, because that one didn't even stand a chance. But I don't think there's any bike that's going to compete with this in a straight line, to be honest. Let's get into the final and see what we're up against. It's going to have to be really, really quick and really be able to accelerate high in those low gears. Nope, it's an R1. And the R1's not going to get anywhere near. The R1's not one of the fastest accelerating bikes in this category, so I don't know why they chose that. I was expecting it to be a Ducati, but there you go, guys. It looks like we're going to get the tournament win on the Lightning LS 218 electric bike. Definitely not the best handling bike that I've had a go on this game, but for acceleration, you're not going to get much quicker than this one, unless you go one of the turbo bikes, like the H2R or something like that. I think they would give it a bit of a run for its money, but there you go, we get a win. And that's that tournament over. Now, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll try to mix it up. Please let me know in the comments below what I said at the start of the video about the channel updates. I really appreciate all the support. You've all been awesome from the start of this walkthrough up until now. I just want to carry this channel on and have some fun. Plus, we're going to be doing loads of live streaming on many games over Christmas. I hope you join me. And I'm just really, really happy to have a channel and have so many of you that have taken part in the comments and let me know your opinions. It really does help. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and bye-bye.